Well, Christy, a bit of a weird game really to come out of that with just the one goal.
Yeah, I think we should have put the game to bed at half time really, but to be fair to them, they dug in, they defended well, put the bodies on the line and made it difficult for us. And then the second half was always going to go that way. They're fighting for their lives. They're going to come back at us, and with the wind kind of going into that end, it will sort of give them a little bit of momentum, which thankfully we saw it through.
Quite frustrating probably watching on as a goalkeeper, seeing chance after chance go begging. It was a crossbar or a defender or even your own striker at one point clearing it off the line.
Yeah, only because you kind of think it might not be your day and they might get like a little lucky goal or something out of nothing, and you want to put the game to bed as quick as possible really. But the boys dug in really well, defended well when we had to late on, and got a well-deserved 3 points. Yeah,
for much of that game you were just a spectator, and then called into action with a couple of saves you'd be expected to make, but I think everyone's always a bit more nervy, aren't they, when it's 1-0 and you've had those chances.
Yeah, I think it's all about concentration in them sort of times. Everyone at the back has got to just keep concentrating when we're on top, because 1 second, one ball can change the whole game.
Yeah, and it's important, isn't it, that you feel like you've played your part at that moment as well.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just stood and watched the whole game, but no, it was good to get another clean sheet. I think we've got 10 now at home in all competitions, which is good.
And it's 9 unbeaten at home as well, going back to the first game of the season in the league. So this home form's really helping you at the moment.
Yeah, it's a tough place to come. The crowd are good, and we've really got a good run of form going now. And we just need to keep picking up points on the road, and that'll do as well.
Big game next weekend against Bristol Rovers, who are hot on your heels as this season gets going.
Yeah, it's very tight in and around it at the minute in the playoff places. So we've got to go there and defend like we did today, and hopefully Ivan and Mo nick a goal again.
I know it's only 1-0, but Ivan Toney gets another goal. I think him and Mo now both 25 games played, 15 goals scored each. It's quite ridiculous at the end of the pitch.
It's frightening if you're another team looking on. What Ive offers off the ball is a different class as well, and Mo's just an out-and-out finisher, so it's a really good outlet for us to have, that they can just score a goal at nothing.
How important is it these clean sheets you're keeping as well? Because you think about today, think about Burton in the last home league game where you set yourself up to be able to get that late goal and get all 3 points.
Yeah, I think 1-0 was a very good scoreline to get. It's
for a goalkeeper.
It's solid, and that's what we aim to be. And if you want to get promoted, you've got to keep the clean sheets.
Now I know there have been some moments where you've made mistakes this season, as goalkeepers do, and you'll know about them. But 12 clean sheets now, 3 of the past 6 seasons. Posh have only managed 11 over the course of the whole season. So as a team, clearly defending much better.
Yeah, and it was spoke about coming into the season. It was spoke about we need to keep more clean sheets, especially if you want to get promoted. I don't think many teams ever get promoted without keeping about 18 clean sheets, 20 clean sheets a season, and that's sort of our target. So we're hoping to get to that as quick as we can. What's
the mood like at the moment? I know you had a bit of the stumble at the start of November, but you've picked it up again.
Yeah, and I think that happens along the season. It might happen again. We've got to keep these runs when we do got these runs, keep them as long as possible and keep taking off these wins. These 1-0s, like I said, they're very important sort of games. Like the Burton game was a very sticky game, and we sort of won it out of nothing. And the same today, we've should have maybe beat them a lot more comfortably than we did, but the home form is important, like I said. We just got to keep this run going.
And as a unit, are you enjoying, because a lot of ball at feet as well, playing out from the back? Do you enjoy that part of goalkeeping too?
Yeah, I love that. I've probably taken too many touches a little bit today, but no, I do like having the ball at my feet. I like trying to make passes rather than just play it long. I like to try and keep the ball and keep us playing, and it bowls quite well. I think there's a couple of chances come from recently, a few goal kicks where we just played out. I played 5-yard past the Beeves and we're out the other way, and I think the way the rules have changed allows us to do that even more, and we're really good at it.